Rhyme Schemes is one maybe a lot of us have forgotten about. I haven't seen him since August at Saratoga. Had a minor ankle injury and has had to miss the rest of the year, according to Norm Cassie. So uh, we don't know yet. This is a really big unknown as far as two turns and getting the distance. But if we look at the pedigree, Ghost Zapper, distorted humor underneath, probably not going to be an issue. Norm Cassie and Ricardo Santana have just been lights out connections. I'd call Norman Cassie an up and coming trainer, but I think he's arrived. He is definitely one to watch, and he's getting good stock, and he knows what to do with them. If we look at the pedigree a little more in depthly, we'll see that the dosage profile is pretty good. Again, accuracy always a little bit of an issue, but the thing that sticks out is the graded or the genetic strength value score is a little higher than most of the others in here. So you've got a strong pedigree from a horse who's demonstrated some ability. You got the classic Raisin native Northern Dancer Nick. I'd like to see a black type sibling to Rhyme Schemes from Catherine, but we don't have one. And the other thing about Ghost Zappers is that while he was a phenomenal horse on the dirt, his get tend to be a little better on the turf, which is kind of interesting. He doesn't mean that he can't get one on the dirt, which Rhyme Schemes obviously is, but it's just a little something there. In the, just as, if you want to poke holes, there's a little something to think about. But if we look at the conduit mare profile, we see really nice balance and a little more stamina than speed, so that's good. And you see the female family is 1N. Doesn't make that much of a difference anymore, but still, that tells you that there was the origins of this family were pretty good. So, from a pedigree standpoint, this horse is pretty well suited for the Derby. If we look at the running lines, this is prior to the Saratoga Special, but what we can see is a really big spike from the initial maiden effort. It was a key race, and Gold Sweep was on a lot of people's tongues as a hot 2-year-old earlier in the year. Has sort of kind of plateaued a little bit, I think, but you see in the next start they put blinkers on him and boom, 9.5 length victory. What was most impressive to me is that a lot of times after a huge improvement like that, horses can regress, and Rhyme Schemes did not in the Saratoga Special, which we're going to look at in a second. So this horse definitely is continuing to progress, and when he stepped up into stakes class, he delivered too, which is a really big indicator of some talent. So let's take a look at the Saratoga Special.
They're in the gate. And they're off.
And he's all the way on the
Woodcourt
outside, and
flies
you see
out of the
broke
gate,
very well.
Immediately joined by Market Street.
What I like more than anything else, particularly when you're thinking about a horse to move around two turns, is he's rating right off the bat. When they go to the lead, then to me, it's you have that little question mark about whether or not they can get the distance, because on the lead is where you want to be in the sprint most of the time. So he's just rating comfortably.
Two more back to Lasso, a joint third on the inside of Rhyme Schemes. The opening quarter went in 22 seconds flat. Edified is next, and at the back of the field, Hall is now called on and trying to make a wide bid. Market Street, Woodcourt have been head-in-head coming toward the quarter pole. Three deep Rhyme Schemes.
You can tell he's got plenty of horse because he's just not even, he's still on the hand ride.
Rhyme Schemes makes the move at the top of the stretch. It's a good one, too. Rhyme Schemes takes over.
As he changed leads right on a dime, and away he goes.
In the center of the track, it's Hall in third, but with a furlong
Look at that.
Then
He really hasn't even gone to the whip yet.
Is long gone.
It doesn't need
A
to.
spectacular display from Rhyme Schemes.
Now, that was not the greatest of fields. I'll grant you that, but you can't deny that kind of effort because he won like a good horse is supposed to in an inferior field. So I give Rhyme Schemes a lot of credit, and consider that to be a move forward from his maiden win, which is really something if you think about it. So if we look at the report card for rhyme schemes, again, we've only got one turn races to evaluate them on, but I think we can get a pretty good idea of this. I think we have an idea of the quality of the horse. Pedigree wise, I'm giving him a B. The dam, not a lot down there, but it's coming from a good female family, and looks. I've seen better pedigrees in my opinion. I'm not a great pedigree person, but looks good, and so gets a B. Class wise, a B only because he hasn't gone around 2 turns yet. That's it. I'm fairly certain we can elevate that to an A. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be okay around 2 turns, but we will have to see. So for now, he gets a B. Progression wise, a B plus. It would be an A, but again, hasn't gone around 2 turns. So I think there's a lot of promise there, but for now, B plus. And then as a prospect, same thing. Just want to see that 2-turn race to confirm that this one is definitely a Derby prospect. But I think from what we've seen so far, it's pretty intriguing to see how this one's going to do around 2 turns. So rhyme schemes, one we don't want to forget about.